This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It's a 2006 Ford F250 crew cab short bed, 6.0 turbo diesel. It's four-wheel drive. It's an XLT, but it has leather interior, which you can order that way. And so they did. It's also an FX4, which is off-road suspension installed in the factory. However, that has been upgraded a lot, including when we got it, the front stabilizer shocks were shot, and the rear shocks were done also. So we bought Pro Comp shocks and put them on the front stabilizer and on the rears. These vehicles go through an extensive check, and I need to let you know what's going on here. We replaced the front pads and the left front caliper. We replaced the rear shocks. The catalytic converter was already off the truck when we got it. You diesel guys know why. As is the muffler. We also discovered that the EGR valve had been deleted, as is the EGR cooler. Again, that's another diesel thing. We did replace both front stabilizer struts with Pro Comps, as you can see. This is on a salvage title. It has 130,000 miles, I believe, and I'm going to walk you around it and show you what's up. It's on a salvage title because of lawyers. It has nothing to do with the condition of the vehicle. Basically, they want a divorce from this vehicle. The insurance company does, and they don't want to see it again. And the way they ensure that is by giving it a salvage title. So when I sell it to you and you kill yourself in it, you can't put any blame on Allstate or Progressive or whoever owned it. All right, now I'm done with that. Well, there's a little animated video that explains that even better in our ads. You can watch that and understand. It's obvious to us that the driver's side of this truck has been painted at one time, not by us. There will be before and after pictures of the vehicle as we purchased it, and it looks just like this, basically, just dirtier. The paintwork is better than Mako, but not factory. There's some blemishes. I don't know if you can see that in that HD picture, but it's not. It's nothing. I don't think I would fix it. It is sitting on some nice 35-inch wheels and tires. They did some sort of a rhino liner type of covering on the front bumper. There are some rock chips here. It's actually in really good shape. I'm not sure how they did that. That's pretty cool. I don't know if it's a sticker or if it's a spray. I think it's some sort of a sticker, but it's really cool. The front tires are pretty high tread. I would say at least 50% tread. I have no idea why they painted the driver's side. They made it run it, you know, four-wheeling and scratch the crap out of it and wanted to paint it. We don't see any real big sanding marks, so there's no indication of any major body work done. But it's clearly been painted on the driver's side. The passenger side looks pretty good. It's got a couple little scratches you could touch up and spend a couple minutes on if you wanted to. There's your exhaust tip. Tow package. Get this thing back where it belongs. There you go. Here's the new rear shocks. We do have a new spare here. Let's see what else we got. Light package in the bed. Parking sensors. It's actually really good work. The place that's probably the least okay is probably that driver fender. But actually, they did a pretty good job. I think that they could have probably done a little bit better prep work, but the paint is pretty good. I see a little bit of sanding marks right here. That's about it. That's all I can see, just right here. Just a little bit of sanding mark right in this area right here. Other than that, just looks like paint. Yeah. Little bit of fisheye, better than usual, but not perfect. I don't think it'd be very hard to fix if you wanted to. All right, I'm gonna fire this thing up. Of course, I gotta have some keys. That would be in my pocket. This is a big boy. 131,667 miles. Alright, get the miles here. There's 131,667. I'm going to open the hood and look under the hood here. There's a Ford stamp here. So that's the original fender. There's a new battery reinstalled. There's the Ford stamp on the driver course report. Catalytic converter sticker where it belongs. All this indicates that all these parts are original and wasn't crashed in the front end. There's the Ford stamp there. There's the Ford stamp. So they painted this fender, but they didn't replace it. This is the original fender. So it's probably just got some scratches on it. Walk around the interior here. It's a pretty truck. Make sure there's no surprises in here. There's your driver rear window up and down. Passenger rear window up and down. For the money you're going to spend buying this thing, this is a lot of truck. I have a feeling this is going to be very quick, so please make sure when we have an agreed upon price and you get your deposit in so there's no hurt feelings as far as selling to somebody else because you didn't get your deposit in on time. The type of truck that happens to. Alright, seat goes up and down, seat goes back and forth, rear seat cushion up, rear seat cushion down, front seat cushion up, front seat cushion down. Good looking rig. Alright, let's see. Driver window, passenger window, passenger rear window, driver rear window, door locks. There's door locks, let's see. Mirrors. Out, in, down, up, other side, out, in, up, down. Alright? Seat back, seat forward, whole seat up, whole seat down, front seat cushion up, front seat cushion down, rear seat cushion up, rear seat cushion down, that one's fine. Looks like our guy came in and filled a little hole that was on the side here. Our mobile repair guy. Other than that, these seats look really good. There's a little bit of dye wearing off here. There's nothing underneath here to be worried about. Tilt wheel, that works. Alright, let's hop in. That'd be a 6-inch lift, by the way. This is a big boy. We are up here. Has an aftermarket moonroof, which is always a concern, so we made sure that that worked. It's actually pretty quick. That indicates that the motor in that is pretty new, so they probably installed this relatively recently. Alright, there's that. Radio.
At Proactive Plus, call 1-800.
Radio. Up and down. That works. A 6-disc changer. Cup holder. That stuff there. Let's see. Tow on and off. There's that. Alright, let me move this thing forward. You know, I think I saw parking sensors back there, which it doesn't have a parking sensor button, so I would say that at some point when they lifted this truck or whatever, they put a new bumper on it and it had parking sensors in it. No idea why, but it does not have parking sensors. Not sure what that means to us, but that's something to know. Parking sensors are in op because it doesn't have any. It just has a bumper that has them. So we probably replaced the bumper. He bumped into something or did something to it, and he replaced it with a bumper that had parking sensor holes in it. All right, let's see. Alrighty then. We're in drive. And we're in reverse. Alright. Now we're gonna go to four high. Now we're in four high. And we're in four high in reverse. So we've got low and high four-wheel drive, and we've got air conditioning. Trust me, it's Tucson. We're already 95 in the middle of, well, towards the end of April. Got to have air conditioning, and it works good. All right, it's on a salvage title, so if you drive to Tucson or fly to Tucson and drive it home, you cannot get plates with the salvage title. You need a restored salvage title. It means we need to take it to the cops here and get a level 3 inspection. Then we can take the level 3 in the salvage title and get you what's called a restored salvage title. Then we can issue you plates and you can get insurance. Okay? So if you're going to come here to drive it home, that's mandatory. We charge $200 to do that. 50 goes to the state, 150 goes to us to cover the time and wear and tear on our emotions. We get up at 6 in the morning, and then we're required to stay with it until it's done. Sometimes it's done in 15 minutes. Sometimes it's done at 6 in the afternoon, 10 hours later. So that's why we charge that. With an 06, when you have an EGR delete, in order to have the check engine light off, that means that the vehicle has to be tuned. So it's got a tune in the computer, and you can tell by the way it runs. It's very strong. That's how they do that. If you need a catalytic converter wherever this vehicle's going, say California especially, then add $400 if you'd like us to put a catalytic converter on it. We can get that installed for $400. It's about $280, $300, something like that for the CAD itself, and $100 to install it. Obvious reasons it's not on the vehicle is because obviously they run a lot better without any of that stuff, which is why it doesn't have a muffler on it, why it doesn't have an EGR valve or cooler, and why it doesn't have a catalytic converter. Breathing is the reason. So, what else? Deposit. Please make sure you get a deposit. Once we have a deposit, we have a deal. I'll run down what a deal would look like if you come to Tucson. If you come to Tucson and drive it home, you're going to pay $200 to restore the title, which I already discussed. You're going to pay $250 dock fee, and you're going to pay taxes. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. I'm going to shut up for just a second here. So, there's a tune. Yeah, that's good. That's a brave soul pulling in front of us. All right, so if you say, let's say you come from a state with a 3% tax rate to pick it up, you're going to pay 5% tax, which is our 2% plus your 3%, plus a $250 dock fee and $200 to restore the title. If you pay by wire and ship, all you pay is the agreed upon price plus $200 if you want us to restore the title before it leaves. Like I said, get a deposit. Once we have a deposit, we'll put your name and a banner over the vehicle at wheelkinetics.com and you'll know it's yours. Lastly, I say this in every video, this is not a new truck. The engineers at Ford set a mile and year warranty. It's way past that. If they don't know what's going to happen to it and they built the damn thing, how do we know? Okay? We've told you everything we know about it. We inspect the crap out of these things, but we're not Nostradamus. We have no idea if a week from it, the time it gets there, it's not going to explode in a supernova. We have no idea. So if you're risk averse, buy a new one for $55,000 or $60,000. Okay. Otherwise, assume that sometime sooner or later you're going to spend some of the money you saved on a repair here or there. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. This is a pretty cool truck.